Hi, Cancer. This is Jeffrey. Welcome to Right Color Tarot. I am going to do a little reading for September 2020 for Cancer. And it's going to be a quick reading, just 3 cards. If you'd like a more in-depth reading, you can contact me. And if you're interested in the clothing art that I make, the link will be below. Okay, Cancer. September. Oh, very nice. Really lovely. Okay, I'll show them to you. One, two, three. Uno, dos, tres. I'm bilingual. Okay. We begin with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is kind of the birth of something. This is, the pages are always young and they're sort of inexperienced and optimistic, enthusiastic. That's who they are, that's really who they are. I always see him, particularly this particular page, or her. Pages are to me are always gay, to tell you the truth. It's like, are they men, are they women? Like a queen is a woman and a man, and well, not always, but none of the cards, the sex in the cards doesn't really mean that much. Sometimes it does. He has a new idea of how to make money. He has a new, it's like the seed of an idea of how to make money, of how to be more secure, of something in the physical realm, of how to plant a garden, of a new recipe. It could be like that. But it's in the physical realm. So he's at the beginning of the month, he's like, I wonder if I try to do this, what would happen, right? Or it's sort of like that, like this little butterfly. Honestly, the best ideas in my life will always come like that. When I don't really think about it, when I'm not really looking for it. That's why I'm kind of doing this today. I should have been doing other things, and I said, you know what? Let me just read. Let me just read and see what comes up. For other people, maybe I'll get an idea for myself. Probably after this video, I'm going to get the $1 trillion idea. I'm going to sell rubber bands, in colors. Great idea. Yeah, but I didn't think of it. Anyway, that's nice. Nice. Pages they always have cute outfits too. And then mid-month, you're kind of ready to explore and go forward with something. You're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah. I love this card. I talk about, there are 4 or 5 or 6 cards, and I'm like, oh, I love this card. Well, it's true. When I go, ooh, that means I don't like the card. But this one is like, ah. So the Fool is the beginning of the deck. The Fool is optimism, enthusiasm, idealism. He's like, yeah, we're going to move forward, Now, he's going to go off the cliff. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. He has his little dog with him, His dog is saying, well, first of all, the dog is saying, feed me, because that's what dogs say. But he's also saying, I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, and the other part of the dog is saying, you're going to jump off the cliff, you dummy. I overall, and especially surrounded by these other 2 cards, the Fool is go for it. Just go for it. I'm not saying sell your house and, oh, I decided to, you know, make beads and sort of, I'm gonna live off my bead. Um, if it works for you, God bless you. I hope it works for you. I'll buy beads from you. But that, you have a new idea and you want to move forward with it. And I think you should, because the Ace of Cups comes out. The Ace of Cups. Sorry, the Ace of Pentacles. There's so much yellow. There's so much yellow. And yellow is like optimism, enthusiasm. It's spirit. Yellow is the neutral, you know. Yeah, like blues, greens, purples. They're like the cools, right? And then orange, pink, red are the warms. Yellow is right in the middle. Yellow is right in the middle. And it'll take on, add like a touch of blue to yellow, and all of a sudden it's green and it's warm. And then you add a touch of red and it's orange. And you get me? I don't mean whatever. You understand what I'm saying. This is like an opportunity, a financial or I think financial opportunity, especially because you have, you know, so it's like, oh, I'm not saying it's going to be the beginning and end. Maybe you have an idea. It's like, well, maybe if I added this to what I'm selling, I can make a little money. Or maybe it's a little bit like that. So that's good. I mean, who knows what it's going to turn into? Because, maybe that experience will turn into, it's like, well, I tried that. Let me go a little bit bigger. But I feel like it's like you want to start something that's slow, something small. I think that's really the key here, because we're starting with a page. And the page, all of the pages, they're very, I don't know what the word is. Like, they have the enthusiasm and they have the new idea, but they don't always have the experience. So, you know, there's something to be said about experience, right? When you first start riding a bike, I think I'm going to get a bike. It's like, if you're not really good at riding a bike, you don't, go ride on the top of a mountain, with like an apex like that. Like somebody who's more experienced can do that. Just ride up and down the street. Just ride up and down the street, and watch out for the traffic. And, don't go out like when it's raining, if it's slippery, like that. However, the Ace of Pentacles, I think your new idea is going to work out. The thing that I love about this card too is that the path. See, if you begin on the path, then you're going to go through a vortex. You begin on the path, it's very clear. That's the good thing about this card. This one really has the path, and it's a lot. The path is in some of the other cards, but here it is clear, and it leads you to another way of thinking, a new way of seeing things. It leads you through a vortex to a new reality, really. And the road continues. It's like, like graduating from school or finishing a meal. Like there's something, oh, this is completed. And the promise of that is here, because it's leading right to this lovely. Also, I studied this stuff. Well, it's not only this, it's other occult stuff. This is the mandorla. This is the mandorla. The mandorla is like, you see a lot of saints. A lot of times you'll see like Guadalupe, like she's surrounded, it's like an almond shape, right? What that comes from, I wish I had a pen and paper. What that comes from is what they call the seed of life, which gives birth to the flower of life, which is the Vesica Piscis, which is these two interlocking circles, right, which form like this. So you have like three entities. Forget my fingers. It's hard to, it doesn't make sense. Well, it's more comfortable to put my fingers up. So two interlocking circles, and then they form this almond shape. So I think a lot of times the ancients, so a lot of people or certain people are going to see it as two interlocking circles, right? So it's the male-female energy, right? Of equal proportions, forming something new. Now, is it the two circles that form that, or is that forms the circles? I think my humble opinion is both. That's my opinion. Both. It's basically the giant womb. It's the giant womb that it all comes out of. And what comes out of it is the duality. So is it the duality that forms that, or is it that forms the duality? And I think the answer is both. So whilst, I love that word, makes me sound so British. Whilst on the road to your riches, I think perhaps you'll go through a vortex of, maybe graduating from being the page and graduating from being the fool into a further and more developed you. So this should be a very interesting, productive month. You have to move. The fool is moving. I can't make it. There, you see? Did you see that? A miracle. You have to act on your idea. If you just, nothing's really going to happen. But I think you're going to want to move. I think you're going to want to go for something, and something small. Something small. You might have a big grand idea, which is good, but put your, before you jump in the pool, put your foot in the water. See if it's cold. See if you have to prepare yourself for the cold. See if you have to put on a wetsuit. Do I have to put my hair in one of those swimming caps? All right. Have a lovely September, Cancer. Blessings to you. If you'd like a private one-on-one reading, you can contact me. The links will be below. If you're interested in the other things that I do, the links will also be below. Have a blessed, blessed September.